Welcome to the Jewel Exchange with Spit Gems. Today, got one of my favorite MCs, one of the slickest and
My
wittiest
God.
pens in the game right now, my brother, Rim the Villain.
It was goody. What's goody, James, man? I mean a lot from you, G, because you one of my favorite MCs, you know what I mean?
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that.
Wow.
But yeah, man, but the thank yous go both ways, man. I appreciate you taking the time to do this, brother.
Of course, of course.
Word up, man. Yo, right off the bat, the way I like to start these is we know you are an extraordinary MC. We
Hmm.
know that you got your hands in other creative pots as well, a
Word.
multifaceted artist. But if you had to answer this question without telling us your name or your profession,
Hmm.
who are you?
Oh man. I'm a dude, man. I'm just a guy, man. I like to see everybody win around me, man. That's it, man. You know what I mean? I'm a very humble dude, man. I think we all humble till we push to that point. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, I like to laugh. I like to see people winning. I like to win with. I don't like to win by myself, man. You know what I
No
mean?
doubt. No doubt.
That's it, man. I'm a dude. I like everybody around me to win. If I could win, you gonna win with me. You know what I mean?
That's fire. That's fire.
Hmm.
That's an incredible answer right there, man. Um, the other question, right off the back, we like to make it a little difficult here.
Hmm.
What does the word God mean to you?
Oh man, God means to me. It means basically self awareness, man. You know what I mean? It means knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying?
No
Like
doubt.
I'm a 5%er, you know what I'm saying? But even besides that, I think God just means, you know what I mean, knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I wasn't a 5%er, I think the same way. You know what I mean? God is basically, knowing thyself.
No doubt. No doubt. That's
Hmm.
a deep answer. That's definitely a deep answer.
Hmm.
I tend to think along those lines. Maybe not exactly in the same way,
Right,
but I do tend to think along those lines as well.
right, right, right.
What would you say is a piece of literature related to your belief or to your perception of God that pushed you forward or sparked your mind or something that you could always go back to and pick up to read when you're looking for guidance or looking for inspiration?
Oh man, I think it would have to be the Four Agreements, man.
Fire.
You know what I mean? Like that book there, bro. I picked that book up at least 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Maybe more than that. You know what I mean? Just like when I felt like I was losing myself or I'm not, I'm not doing what I normally do, I go back to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that
No
book
doubt.
there really puts things back in perspective to where come back to, you know what I mean, knowing thyself, you know what I'm saying? Self
Right.
awareness, you know what I mean? Knowledge
Right.
of self. You know what I'm saying? Four agreements. Yeah, Robert Ruiz.
No doubt. That's a fire choice,
Ruiz.
man.
Yeah.
The agreement that touched my life the most out of all of those was never taking anything personally. That one right there is the
Man.
shining jewel in that book, man. And
I
and it's
think
the
and I
way he
think
worded it.
that's the one that I have to go back and get reinforced with that one. You know what I'm saying?
That one
Because
is serious.
with social media, bro, right now and all this other shit, it's easy to take shit personal. You know what I
Very easy.
mean? Very easy. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely one of the agreements that I focus on.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Awesome, awesome, man. Now,
Mhm.
yo, let's talk music a little bit now.
Okay, okay,
You,
okay.
as I've mentioned, man, you are one of the slickest and wittiest pens. And
My
and like
God.
you said, you mentioned it in your answer when you were describing who you were. You said, I like to see everybody win and having fun.
Right, right.
You undoubtedly embody that. Anytime I've ever been around you, anytime I've watched your videos over the
Hmm.
line, it's always an element that makes you feel good. There's something when you see you, it's like, yo, I feel better. You know what I'm
My
saying?
God.
It's infectious, man, and it definitely it's made me at times straight up like, yo, I gotta lighten up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
I
right,
need to
right.
lighten up. You know what I mean?
Right, 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 right.
So when you doing certain songs, right? You
Hmm.
choose this mood is forever present with you, or is this something that sometimes you have to pull out?
Oh man, definitely gotta pull it out sometimes, you know what I mean? Of course, it's natural, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I gotta just buck like, all right, relax, nigga. You know what I mean? Because you like you said, sometimes you gotta lighten up. You feel like you gotta lighten up. We
Right,
from a
right.
place to where lightening up can mean, nigga, you slipping.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When you lighten up, you know what I mean? So, of course, yeah, sometimes I gotta pull the eye, man. Just be you, bro. You good. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pull it out. But most of the time, yeah, that shit just, it's just natural, bro. I ain't gotta force it. I ain't gotta do nothing. That's just me.
It's just who you are.
It's just who I am, bro. Word.
Fire.
And I and
Please,
I and I
please
and I
don't ever.
try not to. I try not to let niggas change me, because you know, and
Word.
not to use a nigga, but not try not to let niggas change me. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how that get. Somebody get you out your element, and all it takes is one person. You know what I'm saying? To let you go down a fucking line of just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like you just doing crazy
Absolutely.
shit and just fucking up. You know, you steered away from the whole plan. You know what I mean? It takes one person to do that. You know what I mean? So I definitely try to, you know what I mean, just stick to who I am, man. Not let these people change me, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Yo, one of my favorite songs from you, I probably my favorite song from you is
Oh my
Fresh
God.
Waves, right?
Ah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Could tell a sheep in wolf cloth that's loud with the words. No action, it's just a bunch of verbs. Lead the crowd, but some rather crowd the lead.
yeah, shout out to VS the best who did that
Yeah.
beat and chop that sample.
Yeah.
That
Shouts
whole
out
thing is
VS. Word.
that beat got a certain melodicness to it that just your voice and the slickness is that's a marriage, man. Like that's one of them
Mm.
songs where that beat belonged to you as soon as he made it type shit.
Word.
But yo, there's some bars on there, man. One of my favorite section of bars in there is putting balls in a pair of Hugos. It's not in his jeans.
Oof.
Parasucos to get lined up.
Mm.
Yo, talk to me about like where you was at in the head when you did the jeans
Oh,
scheme.
oh man. Yo, truthfully, when it was the Hugo Boss, right? And then once I did the Boss jeans, it was like, wait a minute. All these fucking wild jeans niggas used to wear. I started thinking about Jabot jeans. I was trying to find a way to put Jabot jeans in there, but then I was like, oh, Parasucos, them fucking line shits we used to wear. Like, yo, we used to be wilding with the wear, so I was saying, yo, that shit brought me into a whole, like, I stopped running for a minute, started just thinking, like, oh, shit, we used to wear some wild shit. Like, yo, we was wild. The bow joints with the big straps on them joints. And like, yo, man. And the boss jeans with the boss on the shoe part. Like, yo, what
Right
the
on the
fuck?
zipper.
On the zipper joint. Like, yo, we was wilding. Like, holy shit. Yo,
Yeah.
yeah. That I was there with that one. Yeah, I even
That-
surprised myself when I came in with that little skin. I was like, oh shit. But you know what, son? And hey, and not to change the subject or nothing, but it's like that's like my writing process, bro. It's like the beat, son. Like if the beat is talking to me crazy, that's how I'm bouncing on the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I write my shit. Like nigga, if I hear a beat, I'm not gonna write to that shit for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna just listen to the beat over and over. You know what I
Facts.
mean? And do
Facts.
some mumbling and shit and try to find a groove in the pocket. And once I find that pocket,
It's
it's
over.
like the pen just keep going. It's just bouncing now. Now it's just bouncing. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. No
Word.
doubt. No doubt. Yo, there's another line on that song. And this one now is dealing with time. You know what I mean? This is an ill scheme. You know what I mean? It's
Mm.
one thing worth more than money is your time. And I
Mm.
could second that. I don't waste a
Ooh.
minute, suckers will steal an hour. Now that whole scheme right there is ridiculous, right? But it's the line that you cap it off with that really fucks it all up, makes it
Oh
crazier, way
man, my
crazier. Is
God.
the you can have all the power and still be labeled a coward. Like
Mm.
that. Talk to us about that whole section of
Man.
bars from the time shit to the cowards with power.
Man, listen. Because, to me, man, the greatest currency is your time, bro. You
100.
know what I'm saying? Like a nigga playing with your time, shit happens. That's cool, but it's when a nigga don't like when he's not communicating with you. You know what I mean? That's when I feel like, oh, you playing with my time, you snatching my shit
100.
right now. You know what I mean?
100.
Like now you just like, you got my time in the headlock, and I feel like, like that shit right there, like you shouldn't play with a person's time. Like, I feel like that's where the respect comes in. You know what I'm saying? So then, then you got people, you know what I'm saying? People who out here. And man, we know people, man. You know what I'm saying? We grew up with people. And just because we grown now is cool, but that don't mean you still wasn't a pussy back in the day, bro.
Right,
You know what
right,
I'm
right.
saying? And that don't mean nothing. Maybe you grew up and now you're not a pussy no more. Cool. But then you got you got cops. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas, they turn cops now, or, they start, lifting little weights, or they might hit a little gym, and now they think they that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But bro, I
Superman.
will still punch you in your face, nigga, from way back. You know what I mean? So it's like there's niggas who have all the power, but nigga, you still a coward, bro. You know
Hundo.
what I mean? You
Hundo.
still a coward. You ain't do nothing to make me think you're not still a coward, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
100%.
And you know how that shit go, Gemz. These niggas are, there's a lot of these niggas in the rap game, bro. Like, y'all niggas wasn't doing all this shit back in the day. You know what I mean? Like
And a lot of these
you
so-called,
are official, bro. I know niggas who like, oh, spit your, nigga, that nigga was back in the day. And then not to bring up, glorify your
no
old shit.
doubt, no doubt,
You know
no
what I'm
doubt.
saying? But the way you progress, bro, like that's why I fuck with you like that, Gemz. Like you a
I
solid
appreciate that, brother.
individual and you inspiring like a motherfucker, bro.
I appreciate that, brother.
You
Likewise,
inspiring like a
likewise.
motherfucker, my nigga. So it's like it's just, that whole scheme just came from, what I mean? I had experiences with dudes, and I wasn't the toughest dude either, but I held my own shit down and I know who was who. And it's like, bro, why you, and they trying to come at it like, bro, you coming at me like that? Like, just cause you got a little rank now, like, cut the bullshit, bro.
Right,
You still a
right,
coward, nigga. Like, you
right.
ain't tough like that. So that's where that whole
100%.
scheme came from. Yeah,
That's fire right there.
definitely.
Yo, every time I hear that line, from the first time I heard it, it always made me think of industry like executive types. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like, cause these cats, we look up to them in a certain way. We don't look up to them and admire them for anything really solid or stood upon in real life or the streets or anything like that. But we do admire them in a sense that they've reached the level that we're trying to get to, right? So a lot of
right.
times it seems like these cats get to that level and the entire credo of their morals changes. You know what I mean? They find themselves with a lot of power, and they behave like cowards because of who they choose to engage with and who they choose
Woo.
to ignore. But
Yep.
that line
Right on the
always
head,
touched
bro.
on that
Yep.
for me, man.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, moving along with the bars, man. Before we even get to the other bars, there's some other bars, but I wanted to say this to you.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times, in the last maybe 3, 4 years, 5 years since it came out, me and Nems have received a ton of praise for the song 200, for the
Yeah.
back and forth that we did, and I'm honored, I'm humbled, thank you
Praise.
to everybody. And you don't see a lot of those songs, you know what I mean, with the proper synergy and
Mm-hmm.
executed the right way, like just done the right way. You got a joint, the J Hart joint, the
Mm.
Brookland joint with Eddie Kane.
Call the coroner, we chalk it up. Kane and I treat you like fam, but nothing there if we got a buck.
Show love, get love back, or else you out of luck. Pick a age range, we had somebody pop out the cut.
Duck or get murked. You deal with emotions, niggas will lift your skirt. We went to Conway and made that drum work.
Let you get a head start too. Go ahead and run first. Longer it take to get to you, we gon' make it that much worse.
Dig your pockets first, then we stomp like Kirk Frank.
Don't expect redemption, niggas ain't Shawshank.
Big bro.
That's my brother. Yeah, that's my.
Son, that joint right there is that's a marriage, man. Y'all did that, man. Like y'all
Good
killed that
looking,
shit.
bro. Good
What I
looking.
wanted
Good
to what
looking.
I wanted to ask you though, right, is because
Mm-hmm.
it's something I noticed. Because I've seen a lot of other artists try to do this, try to pull this back and forth thing off, and they fall short many times, right? And it's not because the artists suck or because the MCs aren't good.
Mm-hmm.
What I think is missing is the actual friendship, the bond between the two MCs. Talk to me about
Forcing it.
that as far as you and Kane.
Forcing it. Can't force that. You can't. You see how you and Nems had that pocket, bro? Like that shit is, like you said, a marriage. That shit is just.
Indeed.
But y'all cool, like, and y'all been cool like
We
that
had a friendship
before
long before that.
Nems. Before Nems was popping. Before you got. I remember all y'all. Before anything, y'all been was tight like that. So it's like when y'all did that, it was just like y'all having a conversation, bro.
Facts.
And that's just what me and Eddie Kane, bro. Like, that's my brother. He lived right around the corner from me. You know what I'm saying? So he come to we could come here. He come to the crib. We got to work on music. We might not work on music for like 5 hours. We just
Yeah,
bullshitting,
just
talking,
building. Yeah,
laughing.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Kicking it.
building. You know what I'm saying? And when we do back and forth, bro, when I say that shit take 15 minutes, I'm not even exaggerating or being, on
No
my
doubt.
ego or nothing like that, bro. But that shit really take, like, that Brooklyn shit took 15 minutes, both verses.
The synergy is real, man. You
Yeah.
two play extremely well off each other, man. And another thing I would like to point out about those back and forths, right,
Uh-huh.
is ego and pride play a issue too. But this goes hand in hand with having an actual bond and respect for somebody.
Hmm.
So instead of trying to who's gonna shine on a song or on this line, the goal is to make the finished product, the whole piece be shining, right? And I think that has a lot to do with when MCs get in the studio to make something like that together, but in
Yep.
the back of their head, you know what I mean, they got some
They
pride
they
and
trying to
ego
kill each
issues.
other. They
They
trying to
trying to
kill each
kill each
other with the
other.
shit. Yeah, they
Exactly.
trying to kill each other. But you know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with Kane, man, because we got the same. It's like we got the same synergy. Is crazy. It's like we got the same outlook on music. Like we're trying to make songs.
No
You know
doubt.
what I mean? We trying to make shit that, like my daughter, man, still plays fucking Unity from UNITY, from Queen Latifah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy to me, but that shit still is valid and the music is still good to this day. That's what we
Still
trying to do,
retains its
bro.
worth.
It still retain everything, bro. So it's like we're trying to make songs that you can still play 10 years from now and it still hit you the same way it hit you when you first heard it, bro. Just like
No doubt.
our fucking predecessors wanted to. That's how they got into music. They made songs to make that you still feel that shit when you hear it today. You know what I mean? And that's what I think a lot of these MCs ain't doing. We getting caught up in too much of the making the other MC happy or making other MCs want to respect this. And I don't give a fuck about no respect from anybody. You know what I mean? If I do get it, I respect it and I appreciate it. Like from people that I appreciate, like you giving me my kudos is different. It feel different because I fucked with you like that and I fuck with your music. Your music hits me. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
But I really don't care what nobody else think. I care about the
No doubt.
fan, the person that's going to spin the chicken, the person that hits my DM like, yo, this song made me not do this, and you know how many DMs I got with that, and I know you got a lot of
For
those
sure.
DMs, like you
For
know what I mean,
sure.
like, and that shit feel better than the money, bro. I'm not gonna
That
hold
shit
you
feel better than anything, to be
than
honest.
anything,
To
bro.
know that you've directly affected someone's life in a positive way is a feeling that's indescribable, man. For real.
Yep, 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 and that sometimes that even make me want to change how I speak about shit.
No
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying? When I get those DMs, I ain't gonna hold you. Switch
No
up how,
doubt.
man, I need to be more conscious of what the fuck
It
I'm
puts
putting out
everything in
there.
perspective, man, for sure.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
you think, you got to think if I'm affecting this person positively in this way from this expression, what about when I'm going crazy on this other expression? Am I negatively affecting someone in the same way? You know
see
what I
what I'm
mean? So
saying? And when
it's a
people
slippery
say
slope.
music is not doing it, come on, bro. Let's keep it
You
100,
know
man.
that's not real.
Come on, man. You know what I mean? Let's just stop, man.
Yeah.
It does because I remember when I was young and I heard certain songs. I'm ready to, what's up? What we doing? You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to get busy. You know what I'm
I was
saying?
just gonna say I don't want to throw any of my favorite legends under the bus or nothing,
Right,
but
right, right.
there was definitely some we about to go rob something music. You know what I'm saying, son? It
Come
existed.
on,
It,
man.
it
Come on.
existed. You
It
know what I mean?
existed, bro. That's what it was. And, of course, we got the little dudes is doing it, man. It's just that they've a little more crazy with it right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And they
I
doing it
think
more
it's
for clout, you know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is, man.
yeah, yeah. It seems like the what they lost, what's being eroded, what's being lost is the balance. You know what I'm saying? Because we was wild, we was crazy. All our OGs was crazy, but they also took the time to sit down and and show you that the skill was important, the
Yep,
message was important, and then they got back to doing what they doing.
exactly.
But the balance, man, it seems like it's all one way now. It's just
It
what I mean.
all one way, bro.
We're
All
gonna
one
kill
way.
everybody and dance at your funeral type shit.
That's
You know
it.
what
And
I
that's
mean?
crazy to me. Like,
For real,
that's
man.
that's the wildest shit to me. Like, y'all niggas is saying who y'all killed. Y'all saying y'all smoking on them, and then y'all dancing with the shit. Like, yeah, woo. Y'all a different type of crazy, man. I'm
Really,
good.
really, really crazy, man. But yo, Rim,
Yeah.
you got a song where you say, I think, I won't say the most important thing you've said, but I'll say one of the most important things you've said, in my opinion, is in reference to doctors prescribing pills, and then you compare those prescriptions to, let's say, fast food. The reference you
Mm,
made was Kennedy Fried, right? This is on a
mm.
song. This is on a song called Bean Pie that I was
Right.
honored and privileged to be a part
Yes,
of,
sir.
along
I
with Napoleon
embodied
the
that.
Legend and
Planet
Planet
Asia.
Asia.
Yes, sir.
Now, before you answer that though, this is ill, man. And just for clarification, the beginning of that song has an intro. The
Hmm.
intro is two men having a conversation.
Yep.
Who are those two men?
That's my father and Dr. Sebi. My father's
Amazing,
name
brother.
is Wanique Shabazz. He's an influential guy in the conscious community. You know what I'm saying? So people don't know that background about me. You know what I mean?
That
Like
that's that's
I grew up wearing bow ties. I grew up with him. You know what I'm saying? Like he started
no
off with
doubt.
him and Jamel Shabazz, the photographer. Like
Yes, sir.
they grew up together. Like they was with the cameras together, and they started off as gods, and then they progressed to what they are now. You know what I mean?
No
And my
doubt.
father kept going and going and going, and now he's like a master teacher in all type of sciences. And
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
How crazy is it, right? That he was able to sit down though with Dr. Sabi
Right.
and really have that in person conversation. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man, listen, I didn't even know about that until maybe like 3, 4 years ago. Like I found out, I was like, I had to
Wow.
hit him like, yo. He's like, yeah, yeah, that was a long time ago. That's my friend still. And I'm like, that's your
No
friend,
doubt.
and I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But
Crazy.
then that's just him, man. And like I know about eating healthy and everything, man. And of course, I swayed away from that. You know what I'm saying? Being in the streets and doing what I do, but I've always had him in the back of my mind, and I've always had that education about me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Indeed.
knowing what's what. You know what I mean?
Indeed, man. Well, what an intro, man. What a way to set off a song of that kind. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yo,
right, right.
what really pushed you, aside from the influence of your father, what
Mm.
really pushed you to make that song though?
Oh man. I think it was because of my mom's, man. She passed a couple years ago, but she was really, on that health tip. You know what I mean? And I think it was one day we was talking about just like her back in the day. We was, my mom's is funny like me. You know what I'm saying? So she was just cracking jokes about how how healthy we used to eat and how she used to make us drink garlic water in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man,
yo, man, because just that wild healthy shit, man. Just like the concoctions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
no
And I
doubt.
thought about that shit, and I got my daughter, my 9-year-old Liliana. She's a vegan. She's vegan. She's been vegan since birth. I've been training her with that, and she's like I've trained her to like read ingredients. You know what I'm
No
saying? Because
doubt.
I'm not around all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I train her, even if it's not vegan, still read the ingredients and make sure. She's like, oh yeah, they tried to give me some stuff at school, but it had red number 40 in it, and I was like,
Fire. That
right.
that's
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
beautiful,
So then I
man.
was thinking, like, you know what? Then that beat, like, truthfully, bro, I had that beat since Algorithms, an album I did called Algorithms. You know
Shout
what I'm
out to
saying?
Il Tal, right? That's who
Yep,
produced that one?
yep,
No
my guy.
doubt.
That's my guy. Yep, that's my guy. Shouts out him. Yep. And it was from I had that beat since then. You know what I mean? And I sat on that shit because I did it by myself. And another person that I had to do that song, he didn't want to do the song at that time because he was kind of like into doing something else with that. He didn't want to like it to like intertwine with what he was doing, which is cool.
Okay.
I understood. I ain't gonna call his name
Understandable.
out, but understandable. You know what I mean? So I sat on the song. I didn't even want to put it out because it was like if I didn't get him, I didn't want to be on it by myself. I needed the right people. You know what I mean? So then as time went along, I forgot about it. But then it resurfaced again. And I started listening to it. I'm like, oh my god, this shit crazy. Then first person people I saw factuals. Napoleon the Legend is the one who gave me the name, who started me with the Rembrandt series.
Okay.
Cause you know, his name is Karem also.
No
My
doubt.
name is Karem, you know what I'm
No
saying?
doubt.
So he was like, yo, I can't really do nothing with this. My name is the poet, the legend. He's like, yo, what about, you know, you could use this Rembrandt. He's a painter from here. I was like, I know about Rembrandt. He's like, yeah. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna put you on a song. I'm gonna make sure
That's
I put you
fire.
on a
Shout
song
out
because
to
you gave me
Napoleon,
the
the legend.
right, just because you gave me the concept. I'm gonna make sure I put you on a song for this album. So he was the first person I thought about, and then of course you, because bro, first of all, just the way your versatility is crazy. I got,
I appreciate that, brother.
you know what I'm saying? So I was like, who else not to get on this shit? Because I know you gonna body it because I know you versatile. So then hit you with the joint, and then I was like, I thought it was over after that, but then I was like, you know what? Let me get Planet Asia just to finish the joint off, and you know what I mean?
He finished it beautifully
And
too,
he
man.
finished. You know why?
Body bag
Because
verse.
Planet Asia knew Dr. Sebi. He smoked weed with Dr. Sebi.
Wow.
He built with Dr. Sebi. So it's like, how can I not put him on this song? You
No
know what I
doubt.
mean?
No doubt.
Word. That's one of my son. Out of everything I created in my life with music, that's my favorite song ever,
Wow. That's
ever,
crazy,
bro,
brother. That's
ever.
crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
ever.
Honored to be a part of that, bro. That is definitely something that is
Yeah,
extremely beneficial for the listener. And
ever.
I think what's most amazing about the song is that the overall message that you find in the hook, right?
Mm-hmm.
That applies to every single verse in its own way. It relates, right? But all the verses are not exactly saying the same thing. You know what I mean? We all
Yep.
speak in our own perception on health, but the way
Yep.
you tied it all in with the chorus, man, and just the overall message is be conscious of what you put in your, you know what I mean, what you eating. And
What you put in your body, period.
yeah,
Not just
yeah, man.
anything. Smoke, you know what I mean? Drinking, anything, bro. Be
A hundred
conscious of
percent,
it.
bro. And you definitely
Moderation.
hit that target 100%,
Mm-hmm.
man. Excellent work, brother. Excellent work, man.
Appreciate you, Gemz.
Yo, now this last question before we wrap this up. I actually got two more.
No doubt.
I wanted to just express my gratitude for how good of a father you are and how naturally that shines through in your interactions with your
Mm-hmm.
daughter. Anything that you bless us with, that you share on social media, that we get a little window into, and I'm sure everybody can agree with this, is it's a real feel good moment for anybody that follows you, especially anybody that's a father, especially anybody who's raised a daughter. You know what I'm saying? It's to
All right.
see a man interacting with his child like that and having that real connection, that genuine. That's I think that's something that needs to be celebrated loudly, man. So
I
just wanted to give
appreciate
you your
that, bro.
flowers for that, brother.
That
Word
mean a
up.
lot. That mean a lot, Gems.
No doubt,
Salute,
man.
man.
No
Salute,
doubt.
yep.
You doing an amazing job, brother,
You know, we
and
get
we
that
all should thank you
stigmatism, you
for
know what
it.
I'm saying? So, you know, that it just feel good to even be able to be here. You know what I'm saying? And be there for and to watch her grow up like that. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. I mean, it feels good. You know what I mean? It feels good, bro.
Literally the greatest thing in life, man.
Yeah, no
Straight
bullshit.
up, brother.
Hmm.
Yo, Rim, before we go, right?
Right.
Is there anything? I'm gonna ask the last question last, but before we get into that question, is there anything that you wanted to plug? New album, new anything you want to talk about at all?
Oh man. Shit, man. I'm doing this gym with Shannon Briggs. You know
Fire!
what I'm saying? We just called the Brownsville Boxing Academy, man. We
Wow,
just got the place, we got the building secure. So, you know, now we just, you know, trying to get up the funds, you know what I'm saying? We're a nonprofit, so we just trying to get the funds right, get the funds secured so we can get everything going for the summer for these kids, man. And it's not
that's
just
amazing.
boxing, man. We teaching how to be trainers, cutmen, coaches, promoters, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the back of the house of the boxing too. We teaching all that. So
The
the
whole scope of the
whole
boxing
the
world.
whole thing of the boxing world, bro. You know what I'm saying? We teaching all that. So we're gonna teach you how to make money, how to get money, how to support your fighters, you know what I'm saying? If you got a fighter, bring him down. You know what I'm saying? Because
Say
we
no
also
more.
doing you know how Ice Cube got the big three?
Right.
We doing a boxing league like that, bro. We already talked to Cam. We already talked to Drake. We talked to a few people already. They ready to get their own boxing team. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out Jada
Wow,
Kiss.
brother.
Yeah, man. We trying to get this shit like make these kids, man, get off the street, man, and you know throw your hands, man, get conditioned. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
bro,
that's
you know that conditioning and fighting is a whole. It's not just physical. You know what I mean? You know that
no,
specifically
no. It's
because
just spiritual
it's
warfare, man.
well, man. I'm telling you, bro, that shit is different, man. It's different. So we trying to do all that, man. So that's one thing that I'm proud of that I'm doing
That's
right now,
incredible,
man.
man.
Yeah, yeah,
That's incredible. Yo, we look forward to seeing and hearing more about that. Shout out to
definitely,
Shannon, the Cannon Briggs, man. One of my
definitely,
favorite fighters
definitely,
of all time.
definitely.
Brownsville representative. It's dope, man,
Uh
to
huh.
see an MC from Brownsville and a boxer from Brownsville come
Word.
together. Something for the people, for the kids, man. Something to raise the vibration, man.
Definitely shouts out Shannon Briggs, man. He got we about to do the Amazon thing, the documentary, you know what I'm saying, about the three heavyweights of Brownsville. That's coming too. So it's
Nice,
going to be big,
nice.
man. I'm gonna plug you in with him, man. Get you
Okay,
so you can
bet,
interview
bet.
him. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
That would be amazing, brother. That would be
Yep, yep.
amazing. Yo, Rim, before we go,
Uh-huh.
leave the people with one jewel you've obtained in your long journey.
Man, one jewel I've obtained, man, that has fucking stuck with me since I've heard this man say this shit is if your feet dirty, your ass dirty. That's it, motherfuckers. Wash
Say
your
no
fucking
more.
ass. Yeah.
Yo, Rim, thank you, brother.
My
Thank you for
God, I
coming on the
appreciate
show,
you,
man.
man. Yo,
I
this is an honor,
appreciate you as
bro.
well.
It's an
Likewise,
honor,
man.
Grizz. Salute.
Peace, brother.
We could begin to change the diet and modify the cooking. We could do it. We have the components. These herbs are electrical. They assimilate.
With a grub, I need it with love and less hurt. Corinne's dirt, but what y'all serving, I can't burp. Your thought process is processed, and what you eating to feed the stomach, the mind can't digest. Short intestines is for dead flesh. Your stretch, high fructose got you inflamed. You rush death. We hyper aggressive, the learning regressive as shorties, or do the yellow 5-6 and red number 40. The only thing the doctor do is prescribe, and them pills just as bad as eating Kennedy's fries. You sick from the lies.